What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for another daily. Not Justin, it's me today. And well, as you can see, you know what we're gonna talk about mainly. Also a lot of other stuff. Before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and especially put that bell notification on, because if you would have done that, you knew the breaking news and you would have seen Julian going live for the Pogba news, because that's basically the biggest news of the day. I think everybody knows what happened at this point. You know, Romeo basically said it's done. You know, the last details, or whatever you want to call it, have been agreed on, set, and he's gonna be announced at the start of July based on things I don't really completely understand, like money things, budget-wise, balance sheets, all that stuff. So it's gonna be announced in July, but Pogba is coming back to Juventus. I think we all knew that, or like knew. It wasn't confirmed. It's still not really 100% sure until the point he signs that deal and he holds up his shirt, as people will say. But we kind of knew this deal was happening. We knew, so maybe the glamour of the signing of the deal is a bit, you know, fading away at the moment. But I think it's still a big deal. You know, he's gonna improve our midfield massively. Now, I know people say he's injury prone the last few years, and I agree. That was my issue. It's still an issue. It's still a concern for me. That's why I said at the start of the season, if the transfer window, if you can get Savic, I would take Savic. Pogba was more talented, but I think it was more, well, I say safe, but of course the price, all those things, we couldn't do that deal. So Pogba on a free, I'll take that. You know, he's gonna be the best midfielder at the club. I know the bar is very low, but he's gonna be that. So that's the first signing. I think, what I say, it was around Sunday. When was it? When Friday, I think, when the Zidane saga, PSG, Pogba thing came out, and everybody was going crazy, and French journalists were saying he's waiting on Zidane, on PSG, blah blah blah, all those things. I remember I came on and I said, I don't think that's true, because like the rumors were that he gave his word to Juventus and they were just finalizing details on the contract, because it's a big contract, blah blah. And I said, I don't think Pogba is one of those players, especially not towards Juve. His management, one of those players saying, yeah, I'm gonna come, and then he says, you know what, I'm gonna come back to my decision or my word, and I'm going to PSG. Like, it didn't make sense at the time. I said it. It's agreed now. He's gonna sign in July. Apparently a 4-year deal. Let's wait on the more official leaks, I would say, news around the deal. But I think it's going to be 3 + 1, 4 straightforward, 8 plus bonuses. It will be something like that. That will be the package. And yeah, Pogba's coming back. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. I think everybody spoke about it already, like we did on the channel on a daily basis, because we discussed we need to get deals done, because we still have so much to do, and we will go into other news during this video, and you will see that we still have a lot of things to do, and that other teams are like competing with us, and we need to, you know, we need to move on. We need to move on to the next one, because we have so much to do, so much things to sort out of, even more things to deal with than we would have anticipated, let's say a month and a half ago. We will get into that also. But Pogba is the first deal of the summer, apparently. Romeo said it's done. So welcome back, Pogba. If you haven't watched Julian's live on Pogba, go check it out. But also, I think tomorrow there will be a Pogba Coach's Corner. That will be released, I think, tomorrow. I need to check, but I'm going to say tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. If you want to know when the video goes online, like, subscribe, and especially hit that bell notification, because we will go live when news breaks or when something concrete comes out. So yeah, Pogba, I think we can move on from that, because we talked a lot about Pogba. It's just now confirmation that, yeah, he's coming back home. So let's move on to the next bit of news, and that's some weird news. It's on Udogie. If you watched yesterday's live, we spoke about Udogie's agent, especially Udogie, pushing to leave Udinese because Udinese wants to keep Udogie because they can demand a higher fee next summer. Because he will play more games, he will improve, so they can ask more for more money than they could have done now at this point. But apparently Udogie is pushing his agents to, to sort out a move. We are in the race, Tottenham in the race, but today, kind of breaking news, his agents were at the Inter's headquarters to talk with Inter. And that got a lot of fans kind of mad, crazy, me included, not crazy. Yeah, maybe not really worried, but a bit, how do you want to say it? Jealous? Would I say? Yeah, because our left backs, they're not good. Like, forget about the right backs. We can talk about the right backs, but our left backs are not good. And the fact that Inter, who have better left backs than us, are already talking with a potential other left back is kind of, weird for me as a fan looking at Alexandro and Pellegrini. So Nico Schira said Udinese wants 20 million for Udogie. The Nerazzurri would like to try to block him for 23. So not this summer. And that's what Udinese wants, basically. So basically Inter, I think I said, when the news broke, I said, I respect Marotta for what he's doing. He is basically kind of toying with Juve, and he used to do that with us when he was at us, with us, go and talk with targets of your rivals to push them, to make a move, maybe spend a bit more than they should be spending, forcing Udinese to ask more, because they can say Tottenham want him, because apparently Paratici contacted Udinese, Inter want him, so Udinese can say, you know what, we can drive up the price. So I said, when the news came out, I said, like, I respect Marotta for doing that. Like, he's doing his job. He's good at it. We need a left back. And we will go to the next piece of news because that's important. And that's from Nico Balice. I'm going to read it out first, and then we will discuss why it's important and linked to Udogie. He said, Sandro has not opened up to an early departure, while Pellegrini seems willing to leave. Roma are also interested in him, but first they have to make room, perhaps by selling Vina. Wijndal remains in pole position, more than Rome. While in the next days, Cherubini will meet Cambiaso's agent. For Wijndal, contacts have been going on for at least a year, and Raiola's management is working on a move. The Juve option remains perhaps a favorite, but there's a 50 million euro demand from Azad Alkmaar to be satisfied. Decisive steps have already been taken. The last Juventus attempt was still far from the requested money from Azad, just over 10 million euros, including bonuses. Now, that's a lot of news. that's a lot of news. And we are getting linked with left backs, but let's be real. The real good sources, the ones we go to, are not linking us with left backs. They're basically saying nothing is really happening at the moment. Emerson Palmieri is the easiest option, which is true. Like, it's easier to get Emerson Palmieri, but it's also worse. Like, let's be real. So you need to step away from that. I'd rather keep Pellegrini and Sandro for another year. Let Sandro leave on a free and invest next summer, then invest now in Emerson and be stuck with Emerson for the next 3 to 4 years. I don't want to do that. We need to invest. We need to make smart moves now. Again, Udinese are saying Udogie will not leave. Media, especially Gazzetta dello Sport, they're pushing this move, basically. They're saying Juve are really interested and want to make a move. But first, Pellegrini needs to leave. Of course, one of them need to leave. That's obvious. One of them will need to leave. But yeah, the Inter thing was kind of out of nowhere, But it's not for this season for Inter. We want him this. I think if we wait a year, and that's what Udinese is banking on, the competition will be fierceful. You're gonna need to pay a lot of money. So the club needs to make a decision now. And if Udogie is really pushing for a move, they should be pushing to bring in Udogie now rather than spend a lot more money next summer, because competition will be there next summer. Tottenham, I don't think is going away. Inter is not going away. Who knows who else is coming in? So I think we need to move for this summer. We need to push, because Pellegrini, Sandro, that's not a good combination. Let's be real. But yeah, let's see how that will develop. And then we move on to what I said at the start of the show. We need to, deal with things we didn't anticipate it at the start of the winter, at the start of the transfer market, and that's Demiral. Romeo yesterday, Di Marzo first, then Romeo said Atalanta are not going to buy Demiral. He's coming back, and they will look to move him on immediately. Nico Schira said, Gasperini's hand is behind Atalanta's failure to redeem Mehdi Demiral. The feeling between the Turkish player and the coach did not take off so much that Gasperini was against redemption. We need to ask questions also, because what is wrong? Not wrong with Demiral. He wanted to play. He wanted to be a starter. He wasn't a starter. He was not going to be a starter with us. That's what Allegri told him. So he wanted to move, and it didn't really work out. I thought he had a good season. And the fact Atalanta are not even buying him tells me there are no real offers for Demiral at the moment. Otherwise, if Atalanta knew, let's say, I'm just throwing out names, Everton, I'm just saying something, are willing to pay 25 to 30 mil for Demiral, Atalanta would have bought him and sold him on, and moved him on. But the fact that Atalanta are not doing that is kind of worrying in terms of he wants to be the starter. He's not going to be the starter for us, so he wants to move. But who's going to pay what we need? We need at least 18 to 23 million, something like that, for the balance sheet. But if Atalanta are saying, nah, even though Demiral is willing to move, so it's not that Atalanta is buying Demiral and Demiral is like, I'm not moving, I'm not leaving. He's open to leave, but the fact that Atalanta are saying, you know what, we're not sure we will find a team that will pay us the money for Demiral is very worrying in terms of he will not stay with us, but we need to get that money in, because we are kind of hoping, banking everything on the fact that 80 to 20 mil was coming in this summer, next summer, and it's not happening now. I see a lot of people say we can get 35 mil for him. We're not going to get 35 mil for him. If we will get 35 mil for him, Atalanta would have not sent him back to us. They would know that someone was willing to pay that money for Demiral. I think we will kind of struggle to move him on for the amount we want. I believe that. And unless some team really needs a center back and are like, yeah, we're going to pay it, screw it. If not, I think he's going to stick around for a while during the summer before we find a solution. During the summer, we're not going to get 35, 40 million euros. No chance. I think if we get 20, what we wanted from Atalanta, what we agreed on the option, I think that's what we will get. And I do think he's worth more, by the way. If you see the players that are moving, even this summer, I'm like, yeah, you need to sell him for more. But the fact Atalanta are not buying him kind of tells me there's not really a market for Demiral at the moment. But let's see. He's not saying, because he wants to be the starter. That's what he wants. He wants to start. He wants to be the main guy. I don't think Allegri rates him that highly. So he's not going to start. Let's move on to another mystery news for me. And that's Demiral. Because, excuse me, that's not Demiral. That's Kostic. Because his name, excuse me, Kostic's name, I've said it yesterday, I've said it for a while. It's one of those names that we're being linked with, but not like, you don't have the feeling we're really pushing to get him, It feels like he is plan C, D, If you don't get player A, B, C, yeah, let's get Kostic. That's the feeling I'm getting. Also because Gazzetta dello Sport is the only newspaper really pushing for this link. Like the other sources are a bit like even Tuttosport is kind of quiet on it. It's Gazzetta dello Sport pushing that name. And again, they're saying Juve has chosen Kostic and Kostic has chosen Juventus. It's only a matter of time. The operation is considered a bargain for quality price. Eintracht hope to get 20 mil out of it. The Bianconeri do not intend to go beyond 50 mil. An agreement in principle has already been reached on the salary for the Serbian. A 3-year deal for around 2.5 million euros plus bonuses per season is ready. Now, 50 mil for Kostic on 2.5 million, that's a good deal. But like I said, the feeling I get from the story, especially because Gazzetta dello Sport pushing like one newspaper, Romeo saying, I don't have anything on it. Di Marzio's basically saying, yeah, he's one of the names, but not the main one. If you agree terms with him, it sounds a really weird story, in my opinion. It does. Let's see how it will develop. But for now, I think it's one of those stories that we will discuss until late in the window, and then he signs a new deal for Eintracht. That's my personal opinion, just based on how the news is being reported at the moment, by who and who's kind of denying it, And again, I'm not saying all the rest is wrong. Romeo's always right. Like, I'm not saying that, But it's just a feeling I get from the Kostic deal, the way it has been reported that, I don't know. I don't think we're really serious about getting Kostic, but I could be completely wrong, But let's see how that will develop. Then we move on to the last two stories of the day. One is Gabriel Jesus. I woke up, I saw a report from an Italian journalist I never heard of before. So I forgot their name. I really did. I'm sorry. He basically said his agents will be in Europe in the coming hours, and if you break their, salary cap ceiling, then he's a possibility. And the salary cap ceiling is 8 million. We're not going to pay Gabriel Jesus 8 million euros. We shouldn't pay Gabriel Jesus 8 million euros. He's not worth 8 million euros a year. So that story is kind of weird. I don't get that story. Why would he come in and be like, he wants to be the starter? He wants to start games. That's why he's leaving Man City. We are looking for a Vlahovic backup. And I don't want to see Gabriel Jesus on... I don't know. Yeah, you can play him on the wing, but we will need to pay 40 to 50 million euros to get him. And then 8 million euros apparently for his wage. It's not happening. It's never going to happen. But Giovanni Albanese said the contacts with Gabriel Jesus are there and they are frequent. He can play in support of Vlahovic, but among the many names being mentioned at the moment, he seems to me an odd profile. Juve want a player with great European experience. I don't really get that quote because he has European experience, so I'm kind of confused with what he's trying to say here. I don't know who, because we're being linked with Muriel and Simeone. Are those the players with great European experience, or is he saying Di Maria or Berardi? That's also not great European experience. So kind of a weird statement. I'm not sure what he was trying to say there, but Gabriel Jesus, I might jinx it, but no way, not gonna happen. It makes no sense. I think he wants to stay in the Premier League also. And then we move on to the next story. I would never believe I would be talking about this, but here I am, Suarez. He was linked with us yesterday evening by Monblano, saying he's been offered to us and all those things. Of course, Gazzetta dello Sport picked that up, Tuttosport, Suarez, all those things. Romeo said, my feeling about Suarez is that he's one of those players who are daily offered to Juventus, and that's it. It's filling newspapers in my... I don't get it. I don't think we're going to sign a backup on that wages to Vlahovic. Also because he's a big name. I don't think he wants to be a backup at this stage of his career. Why would he? So, no. Weird story. And then he also said, Di Maria's reply did not arrive. I hope that by tomorrow we can arrive at the definite choice of Angel. I didn't want to talk about Di Maria in this video. Let's see how that will develop. Spanish sources are saying he's going to say no to Juventus. He wants Barcelona for personal family reasons. Other sources, Italian sources, are saying Nico Schira is still possible. Di Marzio Romeo saying, nah, it's not really going to happen. Let's see how that will develop. I wanted Di Maria for obvious reasons, especially for 1 year, so we can invest in other areas and then invest in the winger. But now we apparently know Di Maria, we're going to need to invest big in the winger. When I say big, we're going to need to invest money we apparently don't have by abundance. And I think we will lack investments or quality in other areas. Also, with the names who are being linked to replace Di Maria, I don't think we're going to get a real big quality injection. That's my personal opinion. But let's see how that will develop. I hope it gets done really quickly, yes or no, so we can move on. But let's see how that will go. Yeah, that's it for today. Pogba, big news. It's all done. Announcement at the start of July. 4 years, 3+1, 4 years up front. I don't know, 8+ bonuses. That was gonna be. And then let's see what we will get done now moving forward, because we need a lot. Thanks everyone for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification because that's important. If you did, you would have not missed Julian's Pogba live when the news broke, and we will go live hopefully a lot this summer because we need a lot. Thanks for watching, and we will see you back tomorrow.